Hey everybody! So after a month of radio silence, I thought I probably owed you some kind of an update after the wonderful news we received. So sorry about the long pause, but I have some good things to share, and and we're gonna keep going forward. So as a family, we're doing pretty well. There's still some challenges coming out of the last 6 months of trauma and fear and everything else. There's some adjusting to do. I know Rachel and I definitely have some healing and some work to get any sense of normalcy. I don't know that we'll ever feel totally normal again, but that might be a good thing in one way, right? We need to have some urgency in life and really pay attention to the things that are important, the things that God wants us to focus on. But anyways, um, quick updates. I'll run down a list. I have my list written up here that I try to read, and I'm not so good at these videos. It's kind of going to be stream of consciousness. But coming out of treatment, so we had positive results of the PET scan. Around that time, I developed some really severe pain around my hip. It wasn't the bone itself, it was the soft tissue around the bone. So I guess the psoas muscle and around my IT band. And a lot of that was probably just from walking funny and being sedentary over the last 6 months following my hip surgery and a lot of the treatment. The scans of the hip repair itself look really good. So it's amazing. I'll try to post some pictures of that at some point. I've already posted some in the past. But I was able to see a top-down view. I don't even understand how they get this view with the X-ray machine or the CT scan it was. But basically like a top-down view of my hip bone and that tumor. Boy, I tell you what, it is filled in. It's incredible. So I'm hoping all the other lesions, the other tumors in my body are filled in as well. So the bone's repaired that way. The doctor suggested that I do physical therapy. So I've been doing that twice a week for about the last month and a half or so. And it's really been amazing. I went from a month to a month and a half ago, the pain was keeping me up at night where I couldn't hardly sleep. It was difficult to walk just because it hurt so much. To where now I'm moving around really well. And I seem to be gaining my strength back. I lost about 40 pounds during treatment, which is crazy. So I'm back to my high school fighting weight, which is really funny. I'm like swimming in all my clothes. So I had to go out and buy a few new t-shirts and tank tops so I didn't look like a little kid trying to wear my dad's shirts. But anyway, my strength's coming back. Trying to eat more, still trying to dial in the diet. Before you know it, I'll be doing, I'm looking forward to hitting some squat PRs in the gym. No, I mean, just kidding. But seriously, I want to get back in the gym, get some strength up. And it seems like my body's repairing itself and I should be able to do some of that soon. My anemia has gotten better, so my blood work looks much better. The tinnitus has improved. I still get ringing in my ears, but the frequency and severity seems to have gone down, which is a surprise and a blessing because I was under the impression that wasn't going to happen, that it was kind of permanent. So that's a wonderful thing. I recently returned to work, so I'm working from home for the time being until later on, and we deem it's appropriate for me to go back full-time in person. But that's been a huge blessing. So grateful to have a job that provides for my family in that way, leave benefits and insurance, and then they have grace with me as I'm returning. So that's really been wonderful and nice to reconnect with a lot of my peers. trying to think if there's any other physical things. I know we didn't get drawn for deer, which is a bummer. So that means I don't get to go use my my new muzzle loader. Thank you again for that, Charlie. I can. I'll probably go shoot it or something, but I can't. I don't get to go take it out for deer this year. But the physical therapist said I was allowed to draw on my bow. So if you don't know about compound bows, they can be kind of hard to draw, and so you got to have a little bit of strength. And so I was nervous that I wouldn't be able to do it, but I actually just now, probably an hour ago, picked up my bow and I was able to draw it. So I might get back into practice with that. I'll have to come up with my own lift, run, shoot routine. I'm just kidding. If you guys don't know what that is, there's a guy named Cam Hanes. His workout every day. He goes to the gym and lifts weights. He runs like 28 miles and then he shoots his bow, and he's just some kind of beast. So I'll come up with an adaptation of that. I don't know what it'll be. It'll be walk, read, shoot. I don't know. We'll see. But it'd be good to get some fitness back and you know, it's really wonderful to be coming out of this situation where I felt so feeble and frail and weak. I still get treatments of the immunotherapy I'll be getting every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks for the next couple of years. I'm still doing some holistic medicine treatments as well. Making a lot of new friends. I meet new people all the time at the hospital and fellow cancer patients and people everywhere I go, and hearing about their stories. I think it's nice. One blessing is the cancer kind of gives you. I always joke with the doctors and the nurses and everyone kind of like, oh, one of the benefits of cancer is that everyone has to listen to me because they say, oh, he's got cancer. I have to pay attention, and so you can. And then they laugh, but it actually works. It actually does exactly what I'm joking about. So then you're able to get into more meaty conversations with people than you ordinarily would. And it's not awkward. So that's kind of a cool thing. So I've met a lot of new friends. I got to figure out how to stay in touch with all of them on a regular basis. But it's been interesting hearing about their stories and being able to witness to them, to witness about God's goodness. I'm definitely looking for those opportunities and trying to be more bold. I've always been kind of an outspoken person, but I think this even provides a little bit more urgency and seriousness in that. Like, hey, this is life and death. This is important stuff. So I'm hoping to make some videos about that too for you all, so you can share about the things of God, about how we should react to hardship, how we should understand the Lord and what He's doing in our lives. Let's see, what else do I got on this list here? I don't know that I put anything else on the list. But I wish I would have produced more videos during that time, but I might try to do that a little bit more. I'd say Rachel and I, we could definitely use prayer for, just reconnecting without fear, right? There's still fear that creeps in about the cancer returning, and that's not fun. And I don't think God wants us to live in fear either, right? We're not to fear men. We're not to fear any of these things. Our hope's in the Lord. And He's already provided that salvation. So while the blessings will only increase, the reality of them is already here. It's not just in the future. We can know Him now and enjoy Him now. But anyway, I'm sure I'll remember things that I forgot to include as soon as I end this video. Feel free to reach out and say hi. we're thinking about, keep your ear to the ground. Maybe I shouldn't mention this publicly because, everyone probably won't get an invite, and I'm sure not everyone will be able to make it. But if you're outside the circle, if you don't get, I'm in deep water now because we're thinking about having some kind of celebration at some point after my next PET scan. My next PET scan is going to be in August, but it'll probably be an invitation to folks who are around here. So if you're left out, don't feel sad about that. We either forgot, which don't feel sad that you forgot. We have a lot of people that we know. It doesn't mean we don't care. Or we just figured, it's going to be people around here. It'll probably be a get-together with people that are kind of in the area. But we were hesitant to do so before we had another clean PET scan. So hoping that all turns out well. But anyway, reach out, say hi. I'd love to visit with you or talk on the phone or get together in some way. We love you, and hopefully have some more updates here soon.